What is up, guys, and welcome back to another Simply Star Wars video. Today we've got a different type of video, and you've probably seen this guy before if you are a regular viewer on the channel. This is the Commander Bly Black Series figure, one of probably my favorite Black Series figure I currently own. He looks amazing in the display, and today we're going to be posing him, finding different poses for you guys so you can display your Commander Bly. Now this is the first pose. Yeah, we're going to dive right into it. This is the pose that is currently in my display cabinet, and he looks absolutely awesome. I love it. Now let's look into this arm. It's bent backwards and down as if he's about to take the gun out of the holster. His other arm is outstretched, and the torso is slightly tilted and twisted. This pose looks very dynamic. Also, the knees are slightly bent, both of them, and the ball and socket feet function slightly twisted right about to there to make sure he can stand okay. This is my favourite pose out in this video. We're going to get 3 poses out of this. You can do one where he's holding his gun up like that. You can do one where he's also shooting in the same direction. You can do one where he's sort of shooting off to the side, as if he's about to take on 2 people at once. Or you can also do one where he's running almost, or about to run. Now you can get a few cheeky poses out of this one. This is how I have him in my display cabinet. It also comes with his DC-15 blaster rifle. Not sure whether that's correct. Let me know in the comments what this blaster actually is. Warning, just then the camera moved. That's because my tripod is made out of Lego. Yeah, you heard it right. It's made out of Lego. It will probably move more in the video. And there it goes again. Try and get it straight. Oh, should be good. Right, so also with all these poses, you can move the specialist goggles down or up. I definitely prefer them up. Then you get to see the beautiful detail on his face. Now for the next pose, I'm going to have him holding his gun over his shoulder. Now, one warning with the previous pose, the blasters are kind of hard to fit into his tiny hands. Do not try and force it. Just try your best not to break them. This hand is slightly simpler than the other. Just wiggle them out of there and put them back in the holsters. For this pose, he's just standing casually. One arm will just be slightly bent, and the other is going to be holding his huge DC-15. My apologies if I'm naming the gun wrong. Just try and push. If it's not working, don't break it. There we go. He's going to be holding that over his shoulder. One leg outstretched like that and looking off into the distance, as if he's scouting out over a battlefield. Now, to make sure he stands, sometimes you have to bend him farther forward, put the legs in specific positions, and sometimes it does ruin your pose. This pose right here looks pretty cool, but unfortunately he's deciding not to stand. So sometimes you do have to bend the torso forward, even if it's not what you want. I think this pose still looks pretty awesome. I like how he's holding his gun over his shoulder, ready for action, but also slightly relaxed. For the next pose, this one is slightly problematic. There goes the camera again. Just get it back. This pose, like I said, slightly problematic because sometimes it just doesn't work. Again, don't try and force any of these poses. For this one, we're just going to have him holding his gun outstretched as if he's sniping on some battle droids. Now, just move the gun into this position. Want him holding it like this. For some reason, my Commander Bly's head doesn't turn all the way. But that's totally fine if yours doesn't either. Maybe it's a problem with all of them. Now this hand doesn't exactly work with the end of the gun. So just try and rest it on there. Don't put any pieces in it. You really do not want to be breaking this awesome figure. And here is the next pose, probably my least favourite, mainly because it simply doesn't work and looks like he's awkwardly holding his gun. From the perspective I'm looking at, it looks better than the camera's perspective, but still an awkward pose. I wouldn't really choose this one in your display unless your head can fully turn. I definitely wouldn't go for it. There it is at the angle you're meant to be looking at, and it still doesn't look good. One thing you could do to slightly modify it is just have the gun angled down, pointing to the floor, with his other hand still holding on to it, and that does look much better. If the gun could stay, there we go. It does look much better than what it was before, but still not the best pose out of the others. Now for the next one, we're going to attempt to have him sort of pulling his visor down. This is quite hard on some figures. I'm not sure if you can actually do it on mine. I probably should have done a test before I started the video, but here we go. Try and make the camera stand still. And here's the next pose, probably the worst of the bunch. Try to make him sort of pull his visor downwards. It looks okay, but not really dynamic and nothing interesting to look at. So the pose I would recommend is the one I started off the video with. Have him holding his gun in his holster like he's ready to take it out, and put the other one in the other hand as if he's about to blast a clanker. Have the visor up or down, depending on what you like and what you want, and have the arm outstretched. And we're going to end it there. That is a pose session for the Commander Bly Black Series figure. Again, like I said, be careful with the hands as you do not want to break this amazing figure. Anyway, guys, it's been Simply Star Wars. I'm out. Catch you in the next one.